Ron, as we like to call it, dirty little Ron, it really has been a game changer for the real estate market. So what is scary, though, is that the dinosaurs of the industry are just so obsessed. Oh, that's true. Don't make the face. The dinosaurs of the industry are scared, and they're justifiably scared.
See, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I don't think.
No, clap back. Go ahead.
All right, I will. I am. So yes, maybe back in the early days of remote online notarization when everything was happening, but the people that are scared think of it as, I'm just calling you over the phone. I ask you, are you signing this? And then I stamp it. That is not how any of that works anymore.
Like ever, right? Ever.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard stories, but it doesn't matter. We're not.
No, the rabbit holes.
No, but that is not the case at all anymore. And I would argue, even if I wasn't a remote online notary, that it is more secure to do things remotely than it is for in person or traditionally. And I mean that for every single notarization.
Right.
One, let's dial it down though, because if you have a will and it is being contested and you want to do something that is saying, if you have a beneficiary that says that the person that was doing the notarization was not in the correct capacity to be able to execute that will, you have a recorded video of the notary going through the questions, and there.
Now, I have to just, the questions, can you just, for those that don't know?
Yes. To be able to do the notarization, there's certain parts that happen during each notarization to make it legal. So each state can be a little bit different, but it is pretty much the same thing where you have to make sure that they understand the contents of the document, that they're doing this of their own free will. So there's a series of questions that make it so that, one, the notary can be comfortable that the person in front of them knows what they're signing, they're in their right mind, basically.
I make them turn the camera around in the whole room. I want to see the whole.
Yeah. Well,
I really do. I'm not even joking.
Yeah. No,
I want to see the whole room.
Yeah, and that's perfectly within your role.
Otherwise, I am terminating.
Exactly. Yeah, and also in the state of Florida, there's a series of extra questions that you have to ask depending on the type of documentation that you have. So
I didn't know that. What is that?
Yeah. So if you're doing a will, if you're doing, I think it's pretty much any estate planning documentation, you have to ask a series of extra questions.
Can we put that maybe in the comment section?
We can, yeah, because
I'll be copy and pasted from the governor's manual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's I believe it's 3 extra sets of questions. So there are things like if you need help with everyday care, and then a couple other things. There's things that can invalidate a will.
I'm sure, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah. So we'll link that down in the, because I know that there is a lot of Florida notaries that probably
we learn something new every day.
We learn something new every day. Yeah.
I'm really thankful that you just brought that up because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I really am thankful that you just brought that up.
Yes.
No, in fact, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
But on the real estate front, going back to that dinosaur comment, because you and I love to go off on these.
I know. Tangent.
We do it so well, though, right? But no, but the real estate front, I do see, for example, like I was on the phone with my state senator from Connecticut that I actually worked with over and over and over again on all our campaigns and stuff like that. And she's actually herself in Connecticut.
Oh, cool.
So I'm like, hello, Heather, can we please get Ron up and, because I was going to introduce her to you, or I will introduce her to you, because I want her to have BlueNotary kind of be the one that they show the legislature as the example. You know what I mean? And I said, mimic Florida law, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, it's also an attorney state. So I said, maybe we could also change the language of that law.
Yeah.
We implement Ron to have an either or type of thing. I don't know how that works, but she goes, half of them are lawyers, so I'm not sure how that's going to go over. But at the same time, what I love about her is she's willing to try.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that I see from what I've watched in your previous videos that you say. And that was the Ronnie fella, Ronnie Ron,
Yeah.
when he said, if you're not going to ask for that transition or ask for the Ron, when I saw the part, I go,
Yeah.
wow, that was such like it's so simple and it's right there, but they're like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. Yes, the platforms and the different title companies, like we're all working towards making things easier for both the clients and for the vendors. But at the same time, like the notaries themselves have the capacity and have the wherewithal. Like you can also approach your Secretary of State or the people that are decision makers and letting them know that
Like Heather. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You would like them to have that be available in your state. I know that there are some different notaries that are doing advocation boards of they want to get biometrics into their state because it is so helpful for us.
It really is.
In general, like they don't really have access to
I failed my KBA, Katie, twice.
yeah, it can be
My own KBA. I failed it
yeah,
twice.
yeah. But it cuts off those notaries from a certain demographic that they would otherwise have access to that just from my own standpoint without I think they should have access to it. So I advocate for advocating for yourself to be able to have that available. And then same for states that don't even allow remote online notarization at all.
Connecticut, Massachusetts, the two pain in the ass states, part of my fridge. But really, though, and I'm sorry, you can bleep that out all you want, but it really is a pain in the ass because there's absolutely no reason that they shouldn't have it in. They've had bills passed on the floor, out to vote, and they can bosh it. And Connecticut had one in, and it's my home state, so I have a little bit of a love there.
Yeah.
But it just drives me crazy because people are just so stubborn, and I want to segue this into, like you said, the added level of security that you get with Ron.
100%. Yeah. So did you want me to explain like how I explain it, or did you want to explain how it adds the extra level of security?
Do you want the Chris version?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my synopsis. Break it down simple, make it really easy.
Yeah.
You go to an in-person signing. The person is a notary. I'm sure they're great. La-di-da. They're looking at your ID.
Mm-hmm.
How do we know that's a real ID or not?
Yeah.
Off of our best judgment, we're doing the best we can. I feel so much safer knowing that utilizing the technology that we have at our fingertips, whether it is biometrics or whether it is those KBA questions to further enhance my comfort level when I'm stamping my seal.
Yeah.
Like it's a no-brainer to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's to me, I'm like, I'm not like, get rid of it. I don't even need it anymore. I'm not going to use it unless I absolutely have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it just adds that extra layer of security for the notary and then basically all of the parties involved. It would be very hard, I believe, to contest the validity of a remote online notarization. Now, knock on wood, but I believe that would be harder than in person because there's just so many checks. It would be...
You're spot on. Embracing technology, offering it, we have to ask.
Yeah.
And demonstrating it, maybe with a Katie video, just to show them, hey, look, like you said in your other one that I was just watching with Ronnie again. You didn't know. You just didn't know because you didn't ask when you were talking to your brother there. And people like, I just didn't know because I didn't ask.
Yeah.
Right?
And at that time, I was doing it like I was the notary relation. I still am, but I was the notary relations director, and he was still like, and did you ask them if they could do remote online? Because
it's also a fear thing too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the reason why BlueNotary is here is because the founder saw a need and then basically started working towards filling that need And then it just took off from there.